Dusty Mae Taylor is a freelance writer and journalist. She's also a singer, songwriter. Her life journey has given her tremendous insight and ammo. Dusty, welcome from Hamilton.
Thank you.
From downtown Hamilton.
Oh, yes.
All right. We are here with our cheerleading shoes on today. Let's just have a quick flash. Doo, doo, doo. Matching shoes. And how are you enjoying the Olympics?
Oh, actually, I don't have a TV.
Really?
Yeah, so I enjoy it mostly by like internet snippets and conversation.
Well, it's all there.
I know.
It's all there. And you are a woman of the pen.
Yes.
Or probably the computer, but
faster.
A wonderful writer. And some may recognize you because David Maines literally pulled you out of an audience.
He did, most abruptly.
During one of our most recent membership drives.
Yes.
Because he has read the kind of things you are writing with a passion.
Yeah.
What passion?
Oh my goodness, I need to write things that will help people see the world through God's eyes. That's kind of my passion. I want people to see their surroundings, the people around them, their cities, their communities through the eyes of God. So I like to write with love and with creativity, because our God is a God of love and creativity. So that's kind of my passion.
And you're pouring that into singing, songwriting as well, music ministry in your church with a choir, and a real passion for young people.
Yeah.
Because it's just amazing you're even here, Dusty. I said to everybody here today, this is your story. It's pages and pages. And it's not just because you love to write. Yeah. It's because you truly have run a gauntlet of potential destruction. Yeah. You left home at 15.
In a manner of speaking. I left one home and traded it for another. I went to my father's house. Yeah.
But at 3, you made a decision that probably preserved you through
no, absolutely preserved me. Saved my life. My grandmother, my family was very broken from a very young age and very chaotic. And my earliest memories, from my perspective, are of chaos. And my granny, bless her soul, was my dad's mom. And she was this sweet Nova Scotian woman who had tremendous faith in the Lord and a great sense of humor and loved people and loved children. She actually used to ride around the bus and evangelize all day. And she took it upon herself to read to me stories from the Bible and to tell me about Jesus and to read just things to me that would stick. And she sang little Christian songs. And she told me, Jesus Christ died on the cross for you. He rose again. He's the Son of God. He loves you. You know, he can live in your heart. And I was like, okay. And it was done. I just never remember questioning, and I always remember God being with me.
That's very interesting, because some of us might question just how authentic, how meaningful a very early decision to trust Jesus is. Yeah. For you, it was transformative.
Yes.
At
completely.
3.
At 3. Definitely at 3. I don't understand the concept of not trusting God, not trusting Christ. I used to wander around in the fields because I was a pretty lonely child and pretty stifled emotionally and socially. I didn't have a lot of friends or anything. So I used to wander around in the fields and pray. And I would smell God in the air. That's how I thought of it, and see him in the wind. And I would sing songs to God outside, and that's how I coped. I'd be out there crying sometimes.
Praying for strength.
Praying for strength. Definitely praying for strength.
If we were to itemize every move in this story, we would need a half hour.
Yeah.
But just take us back and give us a capsule of what was pressing you to cry out to God for strength.
My father and my older brother left when I was about 3. My family actually divided when I was 1, but they left and I didn't see them until I was about 8 or 9. So from my perspective, I just thought unloved and abandoned. That was my experience. My mother had a lot of struggles that she was going through. The Lord has done a tremendous work on her now, but she was searching and she was struggling, and there was just a lot of chaos, a lot of instability.
And even as a young girl, I think you were her emotional support.
It felt that way. It definitely felt as though I was the emotional support, and I don't remember feeling like a child. I don't remember that at all. And I had no friends at school. I was odd to people at school. The Lord had done a work on my heart, so I got bullied a lot. And the principal actually took me into her office once and said, you have to fight back sometimes. And I was like, oh no, they don't understand. Maybe they're not getting enough love at home. And she was freaked out. It's just because that's what the Lord does to you, right?
Now, when you say the Lord had done a work on your heart, I know
Yeah.
the whole issue of forgiveness for many things was very real to you. So you
Yeah.
were almost turning the other cheek here.
Yeah.
And some of the abuse, I think, was the result of the fact that you were great academically.
Yeah.
Your self-esteem was coming from doing very well in school.
It was a blessing. It was a blessing to be able to go there, put my mind to something, and get all the right answers, right? And to have the teacher say, "Wow, good job." It was a moment of being accepted for me, and it was definitely a gift from God, and also something that He gave me, I think, so I would have wisdom to understand the dynamics of my actual circumstance, so I could look at it, and God kind of gave my mind the training and ability to say, well, my dad left because, you know, maybe he was hurt too. My mom was definitely hurt. Everybody has been hurt, therefore I am being hurt. I can forgive for this, right? And it all kind of tied together.
Now, I'm jumping ahead of necessity, but this need for affirmation, for some sense of identity and I'm sure control in some area of your life, became an opportunity for the evil one to propel you in a direction where you were being told you were gifted, you were special.
I walked right into that trap. I became very escapist for a while, and I would read anything I could, and I had a real fascination for occult things, a real fascination, and I was spiritually aware at a young age, so it resulted in me thinking, well, maybe God has given me a gift for being spiritually aware. I'm really good at reading into people. Maybe I'm psychic. And so I started getting into things like psychic readings, and honestly, that whenever you're turning away from God, you experience a corresponding, problem. And my mental health went fume in my teens.
You got it all happening here. An eating disorder, you became weak and pale, you started losing your hair, you couldn't cope with school
Dropped right out.
anymore. Miss Academic is out of school. I ended up locked in my room for most of 3 years, reading fantasy and supernatural stories, an average of 20 hours a day. I would read more by staying up as long as 70 hours and then starting to hallucinate. We're losing you, girl.
Totally losing me. Totally, and I had bipolar swings, I had post-traumatic stress disorder, I was paranoid, my personality was right off. And the Lord spoke to me through that. I had my Bible and I read it, and I remember one day it was something in Deuteronomy. It was 18:10-11, and it said, don't do sorcery, don't do divination, don't do this. And I have an understanding that God is love, and if God tells you not to do something, you really better not do it because it's probably for your own good. And I started getting rid of these things, and my mental health started coming back. I was able to start eating, and it was a process. I got rid of a lot of these, all of the stories I had to get rid of. And I stopped going to psychics, and it was like the light came back. The light came back to the point where now it's, I'm not defined by my upbringing and, the sexual, emotional abuse, all of that. I'm not defined by it. I'm defined by God's love, and I love it.
You're just a sparkler. You are.
Yeah, that's the Holy Spirit for you.
And your favorite verse, I asked you if you had a favorite verse from the Bible. What is it?
Zephaniah 3:16-18, and I don't remember the exact quote for it.
I'm going to help you. The Lord your God is with you.
Yes,
He is mighty to save, even out of that mess you were in.
He'll quiet you with His love. He will delight over you.
Great delight in you.
Yeah, He will rejoice over you with singing.
Yeah. You were singing to Him, and now you so clearly hear Him singing to you.
Yeah.
A song of praise.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what thrills me is that you are pouring so much of what you've learned and so much of the Lord into other young lives in a very needy part of this country. You are living right downtown in Hamilton. And I just discovered that you are a brand new prayer partner for this ministry.
Yes, I didn't mean to keep it secret, but yes, I am a prayer partner. So people call in and they're hurting and they need the Lord, and I send up a request for them, basically. And
I hope you will come back, because I would like to unpack some of the things we need to understand a little better, because they're taking out a whole culture here.
Yeah.
And you're an overcomer. you're our spiritual Olympian.
Woo!
Woo-hoo. It is just so good, Dusty May, to have. And you watch for Dusty May's writing. Now, what name do you use when you're?
Oh, I go by Dusty May, just Dusty May.
Okay.
I figure it's recognizable enough.
This is just a joy to get to know you a little bit.
Thank you.
And to be cheering with you for all that is good.
Go God.
Now, Dusty's obviously not on the phone right now, but here again, I just love it when we can meet some of the people who are behind the phone number you see at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
Isn't it somebody you could trust? Somebody that could identify in many places with perhaps something you're dealing with right now. So don't even feel you have to wait till the end of the program. If you need prayer, you can call right now.